There came a point in my life when I finally understood something that changed everything. It wasn't about who had more money than me, who looked better than me, or who was doing better in life. It was about me, just me. Because one day I looked in the mirror and for the first time, I didn't see competition. I saw responsibility. The reflection staring back at me wasn't someone I had to beat. It was someone I had to build. See, for years I wasted time looking sideways, comparing my life to people who were never walking my path. I used to scroll through other people's wins, feeling like I was losing. But I finally realized comparison is just another form of self-destruction. You can't grow by measuring yourself against someone else's timeline. Their story isn't yours. Their path isn't yours. And when I accepted that truth, my mind became free. Because I finally stopped asking, why not me? And started asking, what can I do to become better than I was yesterday? Part 2. Yesterday's version of me. Yesterday's me, he was scared. He doubted himself. He cared too much about what people thought. But today's me, I don't care who's ahead of me anymore, because I'm not in their race, I'm in mine. And that's the thing most people never understand. The real race is internal. It's not against others, it's against your own limits. Yesterday, I made excuses. Today, I make progress. Yesterday, I waited for motivation. Today, I create it. Yesterday, I was afraid of failing. Today, I'm afraid of not trying. That's growth. That's progress. That's evolution. It's not about being perfect. It's about being better, bit by bit, step by step. And every morning I wake up, I remind myself, I don't need to be the best in the world. I just need to be better than the person I was yesterday.
The part 3. The noise of comparison. The truth is, we live in a world full of noise. Everyone's showing their best moments, their highlights, their smiles. But behind every perfect photo and every achievement, there's struggle, there's pain, there's doubt. Yet we compare our behind the scenes with someone else's highlight reel. We forget that we're not supposed to have the same rhythm, the same path, or the same timeline. You might be blooming slower than others, but that doesn't mean you're not growing. A tree that grows slow often grows strong. And I had to remind myself, the goal isn't to be seen, the goal is to become. I stopped chasing validation and started chasing progress, because likes and views fade, but growth stays. And when you stop seeking approval from the world, you start hearing your own voice again. That voice, that inner whisper, it's your compass, it's your truth, it's your real guide. Part 4. The war inside. The toughest battles are always the ones no one sees. The fight between your doubts and your dreams, between your excuses and your goals, between who you are and who you could be. I've fought those battles in silence, on days when no one cheered, on nights when my mind told me to quit. But every time I pushed through, I discovered a new version of myself, one that didn't know how to give up. See, the world will try to define you. They'll tell you who you are, what you can't do, and where you'll end up. But they don't know your fight. They don't know your hunger. They don't know your scars. Only you do. And that's why you owe it to yourself to keep going. Not to prove them wrong, but to prove you right. Because the real competition is not between you and them. It's between your current self and your potential self.
Part 5. Growth is the goal. I used to think success was about winning. Now I know it's about growing. Growth is when you choose discipline over comfort, when you choose effort over excuses, when you choose patience over panic. Growth doesn't always show in your bank account or your achievements. Sometimes it shows in your mindset, in the way you react, in the way you forgive, in the way you keep moving forward, even when no one notices. And you know what? That kind of growth, the invisible kind, that's the one that changes everything. Because every time I grow, I shed an old version of myself. Every time I learn, I let go of ignorance. Every time I fail, I gain wisdom. So when people ask me who I'm competing with, I smile, because I know the answer. It's me. Always me. Part 6. The journey, not the judgment. I don't let other people's success make me feel small anymore, because their success doesn't take away mine. Their light doesn't dim mine, it just shows me what's possible. And that's how I see it now. Not as competition, but as inspiration. Everyone's running their own marathon, and some people started before you. Some have better shoes, some have more experience. But you have your own path. You can't measure your chapter 1 against someone's chapter 20. You have to stay in your lane and focus on your pace. Because it's not about finishing first, it's about finishing faithfully. The journey is long. There will be setbacks, doubts, and dark days. But if you stay true to your direction, you'll find meaning that no medal can ever give you.
Part 7. Discipline over doubt. People often ask me how I stay consistent, how I keep pushing even when it's hard. The truth is, I don't rely on motivation. Motivation fades. Discipline doesn't. Discipline is what keeps you going when your feelings don't want to. It's what wakes you up when comfort whispers, rest. It's what keeps you walking when your legs feel heavy with doubt. And the more I practiced discipline, the quieter my fears became. Because discipline builds confidence. Confidence builds belief. And belief, that's the fuel of transformation. So now, when I wake up each day, I don't ask, can I do it? I tell myself, I will. Because I've learned that success doesn't come from being lucky. It comes from being consistent. Part 8. Becoming your own standard. The world will always try to compare you. But what if you became your own standard? What if you stopped chasing what everyone else calls success and started defining it for yourself? For me, success isn't about being better than others anymore. It's about being more aware than I was yesterday, more grateful, more focused, more alive. Because real fulfillment isn't found in trophies or applause, it's found in peace. When your heart is calm, when your mind is clear, when your purpose is strong, that's when you've won. And that's the kind of winning I live for.
Part 9. The power of patience. Growth takes time. Real change is slow. There were moments I wanted to quit because I couldn't see progress. But what I didn't realize was that growth often happens quietly, like a seed underground. You can't see it, but it's becoming something strong, something real. And one day, it breaks through the surface, and you realize all those unseen days were worth it. So I learned to trust the process, even when it's silent, even when it's slow, because every step counts, even the invisible ones. Part 10. Me versus me. I've changed a lot over the years. I've fallen, I've learned, I've risen. And through it all, I discovered something powerful. The world outside will never be tougher than the world inside. Once you master your mind, once you conquer your doubts, once you make peace with who you are, no one can stop you. Because then you realize the truth. It was never about being better than them. It was always about being better than you. Every morning when I look in the mirror now, I don't see competition. I see opportunity. I see growth. I see a warrior in progress. I'm not here to be perfect. I'm here to be persistent. Because it's me versus me. And I'm not losing anymore. Closing. If this message speaks to you, if you're ready to stop comparing and start becoming, then start today, not tomorrow, not next week, today. You don't need to be the best. You just need to be better. Better than yesterday. Stronger than your doubts. Wiser than your fears. So take a deep breath, look in the mirror, and make this promise to yourself. I will grow. I will improve. I will rise. Because your only real competition is the person staring back at you. This is your journey, your story, your truth. Keep pushing, keep believing, and remember, the real competition has always been within. If this message resonated with you, hit that like button, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and subscribe to Fragmented Truth for more stories, reflections, and truths that awaken your mind and strengthen your soul. Because this isn't just another motivational video. This is your reminder. You are your own competition, and your journey is just getting started.